This is the Amy Edwards Show.
Hello. Don't I look official today? Okay, if you're not watching, I'm sitting here. I almost have a clipboard and papers and everything. I feel very much more official than I usually am. So thank you so much for being here today. We have a very special episode. And we are going to talk about relationships today, but we're going to talk about Justin and I's relationship. So welcome to my guest, Justin Wren, the big pygmy, also my fiance, but only for today. And then tomorrow, well, when this comes out, tomorrow, you will be my husband officially.
Wow.
I know.
I know. So it is close.
If you're watching this the day it comes out, we are not married, but the very next day we are. So I just thought it would be really cool to talk about our relationship and see, like, not only where we are and share what, resonates for us in building a relationship, but also just what we get inspired by and what we look toward and how we view a thriving marriage and relationship. Okay?
Okay, let's do it.
Awesome. And yes, of course, if you don't know Justin, Justin is an international keynote speaker. He speaks on impact. He's also the founder and CEO of Fight for the Forgotten and a former MMA fighter who was in the UFC. And did I forget anything?
No.
That's
good enough.
So, yeah. Okay, honey. So now we're...
Proud husband to Amy Edwards
Oh,
Wren.
my gosh. Yeah.
Amy Lee Edwards Wren.
That's right. You're going to be Justin Edwards Wren. I know. All right.
Amazing.
So I think the first thing I wanted to say too is that, we certainly don't act like or think that we know everything about relationships, but we do know that we listen and we focus on growth and self-love. And we just wanted to have a conversation about, this intentionally walking into marriage and a new chapter in our lives, not as the perfect couple, but as a couple committed to growth and truth and inner work and purpose. And this is just about conscious love and recovery and building the relationship that I think we both dreamed of.
I love it.
Anything to add to that?
Anything to add? Well, I love you. And I think that this is kind of cool to document our journey.
Yeah,
it started on this podcast, pretty much.
It absolutely did, actually. So
I asked you out right after the first episode where you had a second episode, but first guest. And so can't wait to watch that one back because we haven't.
And so, so we met about a month before that. You recorded on my first day of recording this podcast, really. And I had recorded a solo episode and then we did ours. And so it's episode number 2 of the Amy Edwards Show. I'll put a link in the show notes. And you asked me out right afterward and we've been together ever since. And, that was a really big year for both of us. It was 2020. You had, your divorce was final, I think, wasn't it early that year?
It was finalized January of 2020.
Yeah.
And then I asked you out in
November
of 2020.
We met in October and you asked me out and you had been to treatment that summer and had a lot going on that year. I mean, and of course it was 2020, so we all had a lot going on.
It was a tough year for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I would say that for this episode, to set an intention, it's just to share what's so good about you, us, and the relationship, because for me, it's a growing organism. It's a growing relationship where we're growing closer. And even upon getting closer to our wedding day and our marriage, I'm falling more and more in love with you. And I know that's how it should be before you get married. But I think I look back at, I don't know, it was either a few weeks or a few months into us really just falling in love, and you were driving and a question just came to my mind, my spirit, my heart, and I just asked it quick. I didn't think it over and over. I thought it once and I was like, oh, that's a good question. Then I asked you and you threw on the brakes.
I did.
Do you remember what I asked you?
Yes.
do you want to build a life together?
I was like, yes. I looked right at him and I was like,
threw on
yes.
the brakes, looked right over at me.
I do. Well, no one had ever
honor.
asked me that. And it was just like, I mean, viewing it as building a life is so cool too, because, you know, it's about what we're building together. And
Yeah. I think we're doing it. I know we're doing it.
I know we are.
And I think that's a cool intention to go into a relationship with, if you think it's got longevity and you appreciate and love the other person and are inspired by the other person and you know they have a growth mindset. I just want to ask you that question. I go back to that question a lot.
You do?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I think personally, I internally think, you know, who is the man? Who am I going to be if I'm going to be that man that's building a life together with you? And so I try to align myself with that.
Well, this was about alignment too. And you do align yourself with that. And that's what I saw. And we met in a setting where we were in a mastermind group for people, you know, working on themselves and showing up to be better for themselves and for the world. And I think that meeting there just kind of set a tone too of like the type of person that I was looking for. And I love that we met there. And I didn't know at that time that growth mindset was my number one thing in a partner, but it is now. And having been married twice before, I think that you can almost save anything if you're really coming from a growth perspective, you know, like how can I be better and how can I grow and just stepping up and showing up. And that's what you've always done, even when we've had hard times, because we documented that on this podcast too, when you went to treatment. And, you know, we talked about that really candidly. And so it's been a lot of growth, but every single time you've just shown up and been willing to learn and build and just work on getting better. I don't even like calling it healing necessarily. It's more like, okay, I'll just show up and try and do better this time. And it's like that non-linear path. And I think people might expect marriage to constantly be a linear path. And it's just, it doesn't have to be. Maybe it is for some people.
No, I agree. The whole thing that Dr. Amen told me during that process was progress isn't linear.
Yeah.
But by allowing me space to show up for myself and for you and for the girls and for this relationship and for our life that we're building together, like, yeah, you always allowed me to show up, show back up, and show up in ways that were needed and allowed growth and perspective. And I'm so grateful that you did.
But you kept doing
now we're
it.
about to be married. Yeah.
I mean, it was a two-way
Yeah.
street for sure. It wasn't like I even really asked for it. You just kept doing it. And I was like, well, okay, you know, and
I knew what I wanted.
you did. Well, that's
And that
part
was
of
you
it too.
and
You
us
like
and our life together.
claimed what you wanted. And that's really amazing and awesome. Okay, so I'm glad you segued into that, babe. Because I wanted to talk about like not only conscious love, but recovery for like AA for you and Al-Anon for me, and how it shaped our paths to being ready for this relationship, to get married, ready to get married. Because it did for me. It says that's been a huge one for me.
Yeah. What about it?
Well, I know that I asked you if like when I asked you to put your recovery first. And I think that maybe that's interesting, right?
Yeah. Well, an example of it was, I'm like 2 years, 8 months sober completely. And it's been awesome. Life is so good. And I see it as a gift every day. And I used to say that, but now I know it. And so, yeah, yesterday I got back from an 8 or 9 day trip, something like that. And I went to a bachelor party where 3 or 4 of us were sober and maybe 10 weren't. And what's neat about recovery is a lot of people think of it, I used to think of it as like a detriment to your life, like a ball and chain, a curse, a burden that you have to bear. I don't know, not a gift, and like I don't know, not a blessing, but a burden. And since it shifted so much into being a blessing, maybe the greatest opportunity of my life to give me this relationship and my life just maybe to the fullest of its potential. It's been really neat because if recovery, people used to look at it and say, some people still do. Like, I can't go to grandma's Thanksgiving because there's going to be wine there. Or I can't stop into the grocery store because they sell beer. Or what's going to happen if I go to the gas station? They're selling these little wine coolers. But that's not what it is. It's if you're in fit spiritual condition, if you have a good reason to be there, like if, it says we're not a glum lot, which this isn't all about recovery, this show, but what's been really neat was I was able to go to that. I think in many ways be one of the people that was like the life of the party. And then I was able to go to Impact 11 and the boot camp and master class. And, people are drinking afterwards and stuff. And I'm right up in there with them, like living my life to the fullest, I hope. And coming home, like I could have gone to a brunch and go and see some friends. But instead, like I just woke up and I'm like, oh man, this is a meeting I love the most with my friend Jim, who's impacted my life and my recovery so much. And so I was able to like be torn for a second,
Yeah.
but ultimately choose like, this is what I want to do. This is who I want to be. This is how I show up for myself and for you and for us. And so I went to that meeting. It was just so good. I'm so glad I did it. And then the text I got afterwards, I was like, whoa, all right.
I was just so impressed that you chose to go to the meeting because I just thought you were going to go to that brunch and stuff because I thought you needed to because you're a groomsman in that wedding and stuff. Yeah. But you chose the meeting and I was like, oh my gosh, this just feels so good. It just feels so good.
Well, you said, hey, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you for prioritizing your meeting today. I'm so impressed. You're the bomb, you sexy thing. I love you. Let's make out ASAP. And I was like, whoa, going to a meeting gets me that. I want to keep doing it. But no, the point of it is, I think that by choosing growth and I'm 2 years, 8 months sober, do I have to go to a meeting? Maybe not, but like I want to. And it's special to me because of the gifts it's given me. And one of the greatest gifts is it's given me you and the girls and our life together, the life we're building.
You really accepted to the whole philosophy of what you learn in AA, and it's just been really impressive and beautiful to watch, and it's made you a different person, like in the best way. Like it's made you just rise up to like your real humbleness and authenticity. Thanks. Yeah, man. Yeah,
I need it, and I want it, and I get to do it, and it's a gift, and by giving myself that gift, hopefully I can give that gift and other gifts to others, like not a half version of me or a 10% version of me, which I am in active addiction or alcoholism. I want to give my full self to those around me and to me.
Yeah. And for me, Al-Anon, so I did a ton of Al-Anon. And then I did get sober too. It's been 3 years or so and a little more. And really Al-Anon though, in a relationship has transformed me because it's all about not trying to fix the other person, which is so, I'm good at fixing stuff and figure stuff out, and especially as a mom too. And just, that's my personality. And so it really has taught me not to try to fix, and that's the best thing for a relationship. And, that's definitely had something to do with my last two divorces or my two divorces, excuse me. And so anyway, it's taught me how to just lean back and focus on myself and surrender and trust and all that stuff that I'm constantly talking about on this show too. So it's been it's just taught me a lot about the tools I need for a successful relationship. Those tools in particular. So
Well, I think an overarching theme over the past year has been, I think right out of a year, maybe 14, 15 months now, is alignment. Just living in alignment. And that has really brought in so much good stuff into our relationship, into Fight for the Forgotten, into my speaking career, into, I would say, even my life with the girls. That's always been good, but now it's like, I think really good.
It's really good.
I'm not their dad, but I get to be a fatherly figure or role, right? And I wanted to step into that. I think at first, when I wasn't living in alignment, I didn't think I would be worthy of it or deserving of it or ever get it or, and it wasn't something I consciously thought of. But I think if I was consciously thinking of it, it's like, I'm just here, I'm around. I can, maybe make a positive impact every now and then, but, maybe keep my mouth shut more and different stuff. But now it's just all positive interactions. And I didn't think we were going to go here, but I think it's been really neat because I love your girls and I love you. And so that is a desire and it's becoming fulfilled. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you've been more accepting that it's the long game.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no pressure on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just show up for me, show up for you, show up for them.
And so along with alignment and stuff, I feel like one of the things that I've done in this relationship and that you've done in our relationship that we've never done is love ourselves. Since you just kind of mentioned that worthiness part of it and all that. So I think that's an interesting point to make, is that we're both going into this marriage like actually really truly loving ourselves.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah, I told someone, I know you read the book, Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It, but yesterday after the meeting, and I went out to eat with Jim and some people, and there was someone that is doing great, but also struggles with loving themselves. And I said, you know what, I got enough just out of the title.
Amy gave me a quick synopsis and told me the title.
Yeah, Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It. And for me, that landed because I thought it was a cheap cop-out for the longest time.
What?
Oh, you got to love yourself, and being self-love isn't selfish. It's what you got to do before you love other people. And
yeah, it all sounds like a cliche or something.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, sure. I'm pretty good at, and I say this, and this isn't trying to be boastful, but in life, I've been pretty good at maybe loving other people or doing things as a nonprofit or volunteering or just showing up for the people in my life. And what I realized was like, I can't do that as well like I desire to if I don't love myself first. And I can't show up for you like I want to love you if I don't love me too. And so it's hard to put it into words how much it changed everything. But in my keynote, I talk about how purpose through service didn't just make my life a little bit better or a little bit brighter. Like purpose through service changed me. And I think the highest service I can give myself is that self-love so that I can love others in a deeper, more expansive or meaningful way.
For sure. Because it means like showing up. It means taking responsibility. It means stepping up. It means giving yourself grace. It means like just so many good things. Yeah. So I agree. And like, that's been a game changer for me. And it took work. I can be so negative on myself, or used to be. So yeah. And I think it's made us more willing to be authentic and honest. And so let's talk about truth and being honest with each other. Yeah. And, how we consider our own honesty. That fits with self-love, but how, like,
well, if you're being dishonest with yourself, you're not loving yourself or loving the people around you. So,
well, if you're dishonest with other people or people pleasing, I mean, it's People pleasing is lying, and so even on that level, that's more of an Al-Anon thing. But I guess I'm thinking of too, like, side conversations with other people or anything else. We've shifted into like open phone policy. Like, I mean, we don't care. Like, you can look at my phone, I can look at yours. Yeah. And that is so settling to a nervous system. If you don't have that with someone, like, take a look. Something's going on. And you just have to ask yourself, like, am I being honest? Why am I really talking to these other people? Or, is this something that I'd want my partner to read? And like, that really keeps you like on another level, I think, Yeah. And I didn't do that in my other marriages. I mean, my first marriage, we didn't really have phones like we do now, but I didn't do that. Did you? You didn't do that.
No, but it feels just, I guess, freeing or good.
Oh my
or just
gosh.
like,
it's so freeing.
Doesn't matter. Like,
it does not, like, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
There's no underlying stress or fear or dishonesty or anything.
Yeah.
My nervous system can relax. It feels so good. And let's talk about any hard conversations or anything like that, like, or a disagreement, because we do have disagreements. But what I think is our key is that not only do we still have them, like, we're not perfect, but you're trying to think of one we've had, and we haven't had one lately. But we recover quicker. That's it. We listen to each other better, and we recover quicker. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think this goes to, in many ways, or credit to you, because early on.
That I'm so good at it, and that's why we're,
Yeah, no, yes, but no, early on you told me something that honestly was kind of earth-shattering.
Oh, what'd I say?
You said that, and I might have said something that wasn't the most kind. And I know me, and I don't want to be unkind to you.
You've never said anything like
anyone, really,
mean
right?
to me.
No, but you said, how'd you phrase it? You said, I never say anything that I can't take back.
Yeah, I don't.
And you said, I've never said anything that I can't take back. And
I try to never, but I mean, like, I don't throw words around. That, like, I don't call names. I don't do any of that.
Yeah. And for me, let's just say, I won't go into the details, but let's say my mom's that way, but the family that was modeled in front of me, that's not how, it wasn't typical operating procedure, right?
Yeah.
And I saw relationships suffer greatly because of that. And so when you said that, and then there was times you could say things that you wouldn't be able to take back, you never did. And so you said that, and then you modeled it over and over and over and over again, where not just with me or just with the girls, but anyone and everyone. And like, you're not at all a gossiper, and like, so what that did for me was, it was an invitation to like a higher calling.
Yeah.
Right. And, could I be that way too in this relationship? And then in every other relationship, like, don't say anything that I can't take back. Mm-hmm. Be careful with my words, and be kind with my words, and generous with my words, and uplifting with all my words. And even in the challenging conversations, like, so it was really neat, because I didn't have that with previous relationships. It was probably on both sides. Mm-hmm. And so to have that gift given to me and modeled in front of me, to be able to give that gift back, was super special.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a gift.
It's like respect on a much deeper level. It's like honoring in a great way. It's like compassionate and kind and loving, and all the things that people hopefully hope to be.
I never even said anything during divorce not to their faces, but I didn't. And they can't say the same to me, and it sticks in my mind still. Like, I can remember, I've let it go, but also I don't want those I don't want to know that I did that, like, and I also don't want to hang on to like old stuff. I don't want to, it already lingers around enough sometimes, and so I don't want to, I want to be able to let things go and like not throw things back in someone's face. That's, like, I don't want things thrown back at my face. You're trying to do your best. And so I think that's a good part of our relationship. We don't throw things back in each other's faces.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
All right. I like this question. Okay. What did you used to think a dream relationship was, and what is it actually now? What do you think it was?
I don't know what I used to think it was.
I don't know if I thought, my parents had a really good relationship, right? They were married until they died, and like 40 something years, and 45. And I don't know that I thought of it as a dream relationship, but it was very traditional. But they seemed happy with each other and invested in each other. And like, I never saw them like have big fights or anything like that. So I was lucky in that regard. Like they modeled something good to me for sure. And so that helped me. But I think that I have seen dream relationships, like people I know that I thought were like perfect, great relationships. And then you find out someone's been having an affair for 2 years or something like that. It's not what you thought it was. So I think I kind of didn't even believe in it that much. And I was like, there's always something going on behind closed doors that we don't know, which is true a lot of the time. And I know somebody said that to me the other day, or they were like, oh, the relationships that look the happiest on social media are the ones that are, actually not really real and having problems. And I don't know, I think it was Elizabeth or something. She looked at me and, kind of like, and I was like, we really are happy. Like, because she was like, y'all look too happy. So I think maybe like somewhere along the way, I became disillusioned and didn't even really believe in it.
Yeah. I think I just go back to, and how do we, like, what are we going to talk about to where we can talk about some of the like fun, awesome things that are happening without sounding like braggadocious, right? Or like without sounding like, look at us. The thing that, and I mean it, like, but I think what I appreciate is I didn't know it could be this good and honest and loving. Like, I love being around you.
I love being around you. You're my best friend.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, we can be traveling. We can be sitting doing nothing. We can just be snuggling up watching TV. We could be watching a sunset. We could be cooking food. We could be driving. It really doesn't matter what we're doing as long as I'm near you, with you. Like, my nervous system relaxes.
Mine too.
And I know this is my ride or die. And
yeah. I was talking to a friend of ours the other day. I think I told you this. I don't know what. And she's doing relationship work. She's trying to find the one, like really call that in. And she's working with a coach who actually I really like, that I used to follow, that Facebook page that I used to follow, that embodied woman that taught me so much. Anyway, she's been doing a lot of work on and on and on with them. And then she said, I really want a best friend. And I was like, hell yeah. And she said that they told her, oh, you know what? That's just your inner child talking. You need, I don't know what they told her she needs, but I was like, what's wrong with wanting your best friend? Of course you do. And then I was like, and what's wrong with coming from your inner child? Your inner child's not going anywhere. Like, it's not like you're going to not have your inner child anymore. Like, your inner child's a good thing, I think. I mean, the healthy
playful.
Side. Yes. Right.
Playful,
like, I'm sure anything has a spectrum,
Sure, yeah.
but I was like, I can't get on board with that one at all.
Yeah.
I was like, I think they're reaching. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So like, I think always just so much craved that, like just that person that I want to be with all the time. And then they want to be with me too. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And that's us.
And we can, and we're not like, in a way, like you can go do your thing and I can go do my thing and we like celebrate that.
Yeah. Sure.
But I think part of my inner child.
I like my own time, by the way.
Yeah.
You know that.
But part of my inner child, I think, says, I wish everyone could have this.
Yeah.
How many times have I told you, like,
I
do you wish everyone had this or could have this? And just how does everyone get this? Like, that's what everyone needs. And it amps me up. It psychs me up that, I don't know. I just feel so grateful to have you.
Me too. I think that's a key, like that we just keep feeling grateful, you know? And I just, I think it's been wild for me, back to self-love really quick, but that self-love suddenly made me, it took years. But as I worked on that, I realized that I had never done that, and I was craving so much validation that I always had a wandering eye, like, you know, in relationships. Like, I had never been faithful in a relationship till you, and I was just sort of like, why, you know? And I knew it was something in me, and something about stepping into truly loving myself, just, it changed me to where that's not even there anymore. Plus, I'm just super attracted to you. I think you're the most attractive man in the world. And, you know, I just am like crazy about you. But like, yeah, it's just been really cool. Why are you laughing?
I would just think about people listening to this.
Oh, well, I do. It's true.
Oh, thank you. I love you.
So, you know.
You're so hot to me.
And yeah, I just feel like we just lucked out. You know, but it's not just luck. It's commitment and showing up, you know, and showing up for yourself, and like doing that self-love piece made me view how I want to be in a relationship completely differently.
Yeah, if we weren't both truly committed to this would have ended 4 or 5 different times or more, right?
Yeah.
As we grew through some challenges, mostly mine. I mean it, yeah. And so, yeah, I'm really glad that we were able to find that commitment. But I think
too.
Another thing is we keep it fresh and fun and at times spontaneous. And, you know, we've been in this relationship for more than 5 years.
Yeah.
And somehow, not somehow, but we've been in this for more than 5 years, but it doesn't feel like it's been very long to me.
No.
It doesn't feel like 5 years necessarily. And I think it's because as you grow, new things keep coming up, and new perspectives and new opportunities. And as we become in more alignment, like, I mean, the wedding just makes more and more and more and more sense, marriage. And before, I think even while we were getting together, I was still thinking like, I did marriage, I don't want to do it again. Like, if I failed, it sucked. And that's not totally true. There's things I appreciate about it, right, that I learned. But I was like, damn, that was really hard. And if that's what marriage is, I don't want it. And then to have this breathe life back into me, breathe breath back into like what marriage can be.
Well, yeah, everybody says marriage is hard. Marriage is hard work. And I'm like, fucking stop. You know, like that annoys me. Like, because our words have so much power. So what are you calling in every time you say that? And I don't think we've ever said that. Like, no, it's our relationship
we're not married yet.
No, true. True. Talk to us next year.
But we have a breath of belief in ourselves, right? Like this is different because it's not a ton of work if we're doing the self-work.
And I just watch the words that I say about it. Like, I'm not going to go around saying that all the time, you know? And instead I'm going to say, like, Marriage is fun and exciting and makes us grow, right? All right, let's see here. Before I get to some other things about the road ahead, let's see, what is something that we are like admire about each other in our relationship? What?
There's just you want me to list things that I admire about you? Because there's a long list.
Let's say, what do we, yeah,
No, I don't mean it that way.
Give me the top two. About right now.
I admire that you're my greatest daily inspiration.
You always say that.
Well, but I mean it.
Thank you.
I mean, I've been around a lot of people that have done some cool stuff in life.
Yeah, a lot.
Olympic gold medalists in multiple sports and world champions and New York Times bestselling authors and, top podcasters or whoever, right? Like people that have rock star businesses, been uber successful. But like no one inspires me more than you. And I deeply admire that about you. Like who would I want to be with more than the person that inspires me the most? And yeah, it's a awesome invitation to myself to be the best person I can be. And so I just feel so lucky that I admire that about you.
Me too.
I admire how you interact with people, how you see people, how you show up for people. Whether that's
Thanks, honey.
me, your girls, your friends that are new, friends that go way back, people that you're just meeting. And
Thanks.
it's
really
a great
sweet
lesson. I admire how you truly are inquisitive about life and about people, what makes them tick. And you ask great questions. And
Thanks.
So I get to be a benefit of that, where sometimes you just stop me in my tracks with like a great question.
Really? I do? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, there's a couple times like, dang, she keeps me on my toes. So what do I say here? And in a great way, not in a, it's never ever been something like, oh, here comes another question. It's always been like, dang, how'd she do that? And so I really admire
Thank you.
your quest for knowledge. And
Thanks.
I think whenever you ask great questions, you're like genuinely interested in the other person.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I know. But like,
Yeah.
let's just say in the last couple of weeks, I've been at some events and sometimes people are really wanting to ask you a question. Sometimes people just kind of throw out a question and then they're looking over your shoulder,
Yeah.
like at what's going on behind you.
Oh, yeah. What'd you think of that? Yeah. Like, yeah.
They're not really interested in
No.
the person right in front of them. So
Yeah.
you always see the person right in front of you.
Yeah. I think I admire about you. I did not give this any forethought either, but how you make people feel. You make people feel really good. You're such a master at that. And myself included, you are like the biggest cheerleader from your heart. And that is super inspiring. And I, of course, admire what you've done in Africa and with the pygmy people and how you constantly step up for them. Like, oh, that almost makes me cry. Like, that's so admirable and inspiring and has changed my life. So thank you for that. That's a good one. And,
Thanks, babe.
yeah. And I admire, the person that you've become to treat people the way that you do because of being bullied and what you had to deal with when you were growing up. And like, that's actually made you just an even better person. And that's really wonderful. And I admire how you have worked so hard to overcome those traumas that you had when you were, in addiction and had a lot to work through. And you did it. And now you can stand on stage and tell those stories without reliving them. And you're grateful for all of that. It's really cool. I admire that a lot.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I love you.
I love you. I love you. All right. So let's see. So what are we excited about as we enter marriage? And what do you think? What are we excited
excited
about?
to call you my
learning?
wife.
I know, me too.
And me, your husband.
Oh my gosh, it's such a trip.
I'm stoked.
Me
Stoked
too.
to be yours. And I am. And being married doesn't change a lot of that, but it does. And it's just a deeper inner commitment that, like, I'm not going anywhere.
No.
And I don't think you are either. No, you aren't. And that this is going to last.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
stoked about that.
Yeah.
I'm stoked to know that because I didn't know that in other relationships. And this one's like super different because it's going to last. I'm super stoked.
Well, I think it's because, I don't know, I just never felt the equal commitment. And now I know you're in it the way I am. Because I think that, so this is like some relationship stuff, but what I had learned was, oh, you know what, as a woman or in my feminine and dating and starting to have a relationship, you don't commit until he claims you and he steps up and he really shows you what he's offering. And so there was a constant, like, let me see how he is, and then I am able to decide, does that work for me? And so it was like this constant thing of that. And then I think when you really stepped into your recovery, everything shifted. And I was like, maybe it's when we got engaged too. And it was like, okay, I felt like we just entered a whole new era where we were both committed at the same level. Like, okay, it's not like I'm seeing where you are and then I'll decide. It was like, now we're both decided. This is it. Like you always say, this is it. And you're like, well, you decide this is it. And then that's what you're committed to then. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to walk away or anything. I'm going to say, all right, I'm committed and you're committed and we know we are. And so here we are. What are we doing? Right? And that's when you recover faster. You learn tools to recover faster in your, disagreements or whatever it may be. Right? Yeah.
The part of this is it. I said that one time too. And you're like, this, I said, this is it.
Yeah.
And you knew
say that
what I
all the
meant.
time.
I do say it all the time, but there's sometimes it doesn't need any explanation further than that. Like, this is it.
No, you just look me in the eye and you're like, this is it. Feels so good.
But I can fill in the blank. Like, this is it. One of God's greatest gifts to me in human form, my wife.
Yeah. I admire the example you set for other men. Like, for real. Like, it's awesome. Men should follow your lead, if you ask me.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
No, it's weird. It's weird that with men, sometimes being vulnerable, being ooey gooey, mushy gushy seems like a weakness. It really does. Like, if you wear your heart on your sleeve, like, does that make you look weak? Does that make you less of a man? Does that expose yourself to other men if they see it? Like, if from my past life, I was a UFC fighter. If some other fighter heard me talking like this about my fiance wife, like, does that just get dismissed? Does it get, like, made fun of? Does it whatever? And, like, screw that. Like, people need to love each other more. You need to love as deeply as humanly possible. And so for me, I've literally shifted in this relationship to know the more I show you love, the better of a man I'm being. Because that's bullshit that we grew up with, or that fear of truly deeply loving. It feels like maybe we get that vulnerability, maybe we get hurt because of that, whether it's by you or others, or what if it does fail, or I fuck up in the future, or stuff like that. But that's just limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, like there's too many guys out there and they're masculine that want to be tough guys and want to show how strong they are. And like, maybe it's because I've walked around in life and I don't need to show how strong I am or who I can take down or who I can submit or beat up or whatever. Yeah. It's like that's like, it's not as good as living a loving, compassionate life with the people around you and with your partner and with your spouse. I've seen husbands that I take things from and I'm just like, wow, they're a powerhouse husband, father. How can I be like that?
Who can you think of anybody in particular?
I think of Jeff here in Austin.
Jeff
Colander.
Yeah.
And he's just such a good dude.
Yeah.
Such a good dude. Great in business, but way more than that. I mean, he's really great in business, but like even more than that, more importantly, how he's a husband and a father, present and giving and even sacrificial in times, like meaning he has them in mind before himself.
Yeah.
It's like selfless servant leadership. And it's a great example to follow.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm like, so that's why I love keeping that guy close.
Yeah.
As much as I can. He's
that's
busy.
Good.
He's busy, but like, it's like,
that's really cool.
And he's inspired me in so many ways to be a better provider, which I don't think that provider thing ever took root until our relationship.
It did, yeah, for sure it didn't.
I mean, if I'm honest, like...
You were still kind of growing up, too. I mean, you were like 33.
Sure, but at the same time, like, I don't know, there's people who go right in the business world, and that's, they just want to build their bank account, deepen it, and everything so that they're prepared for marriage. And I think from living with some people that it's scarcity, right? Like, they don't have much. Mm-hmm. It's normally the clothes on their back. No clean water, this and that. And so coming back, I'm like, I have so much just by default, by winning the lottery by where I live.
Yeah.
And so until I knew this was it, and I'm going to marry you, and that there's two girls that are going to depend on us, and seeing Jeff and how he was doing it, he's a prime example that I always go back to of like, wow, he's a powerhouse husband, powerhouse dad, powerhouse business guy that's providing a great life for them. It made me want to step up and follow in those footsteps to do it for y'all too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, so awesome. Thank you, babe. Okay, I wanted to share before we go, well, I'll ask us that later, but I wanted to share a few things that we really always do.
Okay.
And I think we've already mentioned one, which is we repair things pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. Like even when we're irritated or something, I tend to just keep my mouth shut too at first. I don't blast something that annoys me or something like that. And then it just goes away. Really, I forget. And I think that, if we have a disagreement or something, I can't remember. We had one sometime this year and you repaired it really fast. I was mad about something and you sent me a text and we made it better. And it was just, we were able to come back together really quickly. So I think that that's a key. I think that we're always hugging each other and touching each other.
Yep.
You believe, and I love this too, is to keep flirting and keep dating.
Yeah, keep flirting. Flirting's fun.
It is fun.
Flirting's fun, whether it's in person or out and about or over text or phone call or Zoom or FaceTime, whatever, flirt.
Yeah.
I let you know you're desired, that I desire you.
Yeah, and same here. I like that so
I love
much.
it. It's fun.
It is fun.
It keeps it fresh.
Let's keep doing that.
Fresh and flirty.
Let's keep doing that. That's right.
I also ask you to marry me.
Oh my gosh, that was next on my list.
Oh, I ask you to marry me a lot.
You haven't asked today.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
I love the earring on. I asked you to marry me in Hawaii.
Yeah, you ask all the time.
I do. I'll get on my knee at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. I'll get on my knee in a field or just anywhere.
And you
know,
say you're still
in
going to
special
do it
places.
after we're married.
Yeah, because I don't know why it's only a one-time thing. It didn't make any sense. Once we got together, and once I asked the first time, I was just like, I got to keep doing that. It felt good, and it feels good, and it states what I want and who I want and how I want to be, and it doesn't take a lot of time. It's a few words.
Yeah.
Will you marry me?
And
4 words.
we're not people that say till death do us part either.
And it's true.
No. Long past death. Death is nothing.
Yeah.
All right. How do we want our marriage and love to look or feel like 10 years from now? And what are we doing now to plant those seeds? Like, what daily practices create our lasting intimacy? I have one. I want us to, what I really wanted to build that I felt like I'd never had was just true intimacy. Like really just knowing things and loving you and you knowing like me. And that is challenging to open up to. So we have hired an intimacy coach who I hope to have on the show. She's fabulous, but that's been really super interesting. I feel like just learning what people really need, even like containment and being held and understanding consent better. And that applies to life. And not just like in the bedroom or anything like that, like intimacy into our souls and really knowing things about each other. And I think that when I look ahead, I'm so happy we're doing that work now, because I just feel like we'll know each other so well, and our love will just continue to deepen because we have built that super foundation.
Yeah, I think for me, whether we want to call them intimacy seeds or relationship seeds or impact seeds, like what's going to mean a lot to our relationship over time. And whether it's flirting is a little seed to be planted, or saying I love you, or whenever I am traveling to all these different places many times, is it a text or a call before I know you're going to sleep, or right whenever I wake up, or, and is it asking you to marry me from even a faraway place, like over the phone? And is it just what are the little seeds I can plant that if I do them enough and consistently and don't forget about it, and just keep stacking them or keep planting them to show, just display that you're important to me, and that this relationship matters, and our love is one of the most meaningful things I've ever experienced.
Me too.
And so to say it, and to express
in 10 years too, I'll be 63 and you'll be 48. I mean, does that ever make you, like, how do you view that? You don't even care, do you?
Not really.
That's amazing to me. Like,
it hasn't.
If it was reversed, I don't think I would care. But I think just because I'm a woman,
Yeah, I know. There's been people that have asked, and I'm just like, dude, she's younger and more spry than I am, and with
that's such like an old
me
person
being
term.
a fighter, like I've got more gray in my beard than she has in her hair, and so no, like I don't know. It's just been a number to me, and I don't think it's denial. I don't think it's me not really looking at it. Like, we're gonna have a blast.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a blast. And
I think so too.
I'm still gonna be showing you off, and proud of you. I mean, how many times do I tell you, like, oh, I was just talking to so and so, or I just met so and so, and I told him about how we met and how much I love you, and our last adventure, and like, you're one of the most fun things for me to talk about, and I've got some stories.
I know.
I've got some stories.
I love you.
But I love to talk about this and us.
Oh, I love you. Me too. Me too. What did I miss today? Is there anything else we need to share before we go get married tomorrow?
I think what's been such a gift to me is knowing I have no one else I'd rather to live this life with. Life is meant to be experienced deeply, meaningfully, to make a meaningful contribution to the world around us, to live a life of adventure and fun and laugh and hold space and just truly show up for each other. And that's what I have. And it's such a gift. And so it's so valuable to me. And so to not take that for granted, I think if there's something I do well, is like letting you know I don't take you for granted, or just express the gratitude. And you do that for me. Whenever I hear you're grateful for something, I'm just like, oh yeah. It just means a lot. And it used to not be that way. I used to be able to like sidestep it or kind of brush it off, or, I did that early on in a relationship.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like whenever it could be, I've had to allow myself to receive compliments, whether it's from speaking and I get off stage and someone's saying something. I used to kind of sidestep it, or they would make a compliment, I give a compliment right back and not really like receive it and let it land. Mm-hmm. And so now like when you express stuff, I'm just like, cool, like awesome. Okay, she feels it, or oh, that's great. That and it encourages me to do it more and or differently, or keep it fresh, or she noticed that. Could she notice this? And it's not about you noticing it, but it's this cool reciprocity that I think keeps this lifeblood within a relationship vibrant. Yeah.
I like the word vibrant. Yeah.
Because you radiate.
I mean, I have to say I feel better now than I have in my entire life.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So thank you for that. And I hope we were able to share something with people that's, maybe just helps guide some direction of living really true to yourself and showing up and knowing that this is possible.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
When you have it, you know it.
Yeah. Anything you want to add before we go?
So excited to be your husband.
I'm so excited to be your wife. Wow.
I think it's been a treat.
It has.
You're a sweet treat.
Thank you, honey. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we did. I just thought it would be really cool to put it out there, the day before we get married and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
If people need to go from this podcast to some lovey-dovey songs, there's Sun and Moon by Anes.
Anes. Or
Anees.
A-N-E-E-S.
His name, but
A-N-E-E-S. I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, there's Sun and Moon. Mm-hmm. There's My Girl.
Yeah.
There's Alien by him. There's Sunny Day by him.
Well, you're always listening to love music that
reminds
makes
me
you
of
think
you.
of me. And
There's Be Yourself and Heavenly Light by Wilder Woods. How many times do I send you songs that remind me of you?
All the time. And I love that so much. Thank you for the way you show up. I'm so grateful for this and for our life together. I'm so excited. So thank you. I love you so much. And I love you so much. Thank you for showing up today and listen to us ramble about our relationship. But I really did want to share the work that we've done and how self-love is such a big part of that, and how showing up is, and just a healthy tactics for a relationship that we have had to learn, right? Because it doesn't just magically happen most of the time. I guess there's the rare soul that it does happen magically for, but you know what? It just does take work. So even if you can just take away a few little key things that spoke to you, I think that's so incredible. And I'm just honored that you listened. So thank you so much for being here today, and rate, review, subscribe, all the things. I'm grateful. I love you so much. I love you so much. And keep shining bright. Yeah. Till next time.
Thank you so much for being here. Please rate, review, and follow us. And we'd love to hear your feedback. Keep shining bright.